Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this one, we're cooking some steaks. We cook some vegetables at the end, but mostly this is about the steaks. If you're watching my channel, you know that I'm in the process of building this outdoor kitchen. We've had the gas hooked up for, I don't know, about 2 or 3 months now, and I've never ever had a sear station before or a griddle. So I'm really kind of learning as I'm going. If you have any ideas or tips, please leave them in the notes, because really anything. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm trying to figure this out. This is an Alfresco 56-inch All Grill model with the griddle edition, and I'm really loving it, but there's definitely a learning curve when it comes to this sear station. I've learned that you're burning off pretty much whatever seasoning you put on the steak except for salt. Salt seems to caramelize and melt into the steak, but any other kind of seasoning is useless because you just burn it off. So what I've started doing is searing them and then putting the seasoning on later. I also have learned that even though there's all this fire and it really looks like the meat is literally on fire, it's really not. It's like the space around the meat, the vapor in the air is what's flaming up, the oil that's landing in that trough, and by turning them and rotating them, you really get this beautiful even sear. You just have to have the patience to kind of let it appear to be burning like that for a while. But anyway, you can see how, it's really getting good color and really sealing the surface of that meat. I probably could have left this one on for a little bit longer, but I decided to go ahead and pull it off. And after I shut off the sear station, I relocate these steaks completely off the heat, and then kind of go into a baking mode. That rack on the Alfresco Grill model is an amazing rack up there. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But here's my griddle program. I just slide it over. That thing is designed to replace one of the grates, but I found that the sear station is hot enough to really perform well with the griddle by it just sitting up there on top. So once I get that griddle over there on top of the sear station, when it's in the off position, it starts to kind of preheat because the thing was so hot. This is when I go ahead and put the seasoning on. This is just some, boxed seasoning. I don't even know what it is, but whatever it is that I'm using, I always give it a little squirt of olive oil after I put it on, and that kind of helps it to just melt into the surface of the meat. This is just this Trader Joe's olive oil. I've tried to use those pump sprayers, but inevitably the thing doesn't work, or it's leaking, or something's going wrong with it. I find that the disposable ones are just easier to deal with. Kind of a rip-off, but as long as you get the ones that have pure olive oil in them, I think you're okay. It's what I use anyway. So I go ahead and season the other side. Do exactly the same thing. Get some olive oil on there to melt it in. And then I relocate them up onto those top grates, up onto that shelf. And on the Alfresco Grill model, those shelves are designed brilliantly. They're big enough to handle quite a bit of food. They have 3 settings, depending on how much heat you want. I have it on the middle setting, but the really neat thing is the top setting is like a storage. It mounts in there on an angle, and you can easily use the rotisserie without taking these things out of the grill and having to find a place to store them. So really smart design. On this particular grill, the rotisserie is built in. It's chain driven and mounted underneath. So it's very easy to switch from grilling to rotisserie. This is a ThermoWorks instant read thermo pen. It is amazing. It's a little pricey. Let me show you how fast it reads. So right there, I'm at 114 degrees, and instantly it drops down to 109 because of the ambient air, but I use that thing all the time. So this is avocado oil. I've seen on YouTube some people have another bottle with water in it, and I think I'm going to start doing that because I could have used some steam with this. But once I get the oil on there, I turn the infrared back on, put a little butter in there to see just how hot I am, and I found that if I'm cooking peppers and onions, not peppers and onions, mushrooms and onions, I get that griddle much hotter than I do for vegetables. For vegetables, I try to get it kind of a medium heat and let it build up to the end. So right now it's still heating up, the butter's melting, the butter is kind of steaming into the vegetables. I got a little social media post there. Can't forget that. And then at the very end, like now, it's really getting much hotter. It gives it a little bit of a sear, but your vegetables aren't done too much. And then I pull them off, and that's the process I've been using. I have had to shut that sear station on and off a couple times because it will get too hot and just burn if you don't watch it. Anyway, here's a few pictures of the kitchen so far. Over the weekend I finished up that backsplash. I am editing a video of this work. I think I'm on episode 14 or 15. I'm really not sure. I have to look. But this is what it looks like so far. And if you have any interest in watching me complete this kitchen, please subscribe. I post new videos each week. Plus, I post completely random videos that you may enjoy. So, as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.